To me, that's a dub. If you move up to light heavyweight and you don't get knocked out, that's a dub, bro. I'm sorry. Like, like I really watch boxing, bro. The nigga didn't get knocked out, bro. Canelo went up to light heavyweight, coming from as low as 154, bro. Or 150, bro. Light heavyweight is 175. He went up to light heavyweight and did not get knocked out. That's a dub. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets. Ruli said that Charlo's been shocking him with his build up because he's been more chill and more calm than usual. That's a fact too. I think that, you know, like he said, you know, he's already articulated as well. It's like, you know, he don't really have to sell the fight. The fight's gonna sell itself. You know, Canelo, you find somebody like Canelo, and he's moving up. So yeah,
I think a lot of people, and I'm gonna give respect a little bit to the Charlo boys. I kind of watch them from a distance. Right. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people don't respect them boys. Like, first of all, they fight game as, you know, as just fighters themselves. Right. But the way they plan this fight game, like, they really been for a long time been doing it, I guess you can say, the right way. Like, they fight who comes up, but they've been making money too, and they don't never have no real, you know what I'm saying, before the mental issues with Jermell, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think JERMELL CHARLO's fighting Canelo. So Jermell, yeah, I believe Jermell.
Jermell, yeah. Before that, everything with them boys been rolling pretty steady and smooth. So I just want to big them up, you know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah.
He finally got his big fight. I don't think nobody should really be talking about he don't deserve it. I don't see anybody else who's more deserving than he is. I really don't. And like you said, it's kind of been, you can call it coddled. I call it, you know, so protected. My main thing is they've been promoted well. Right. You know what I mean?
And I would say too, maybe
I don't think he's gonna win the fight. But
yeah, I don't think so either.
Hell, I think he should be here, and he might. I don't
know he might.
I ain't gonna say he can't.
Right. So to be clear too, I want to say, let me revisit that too. They were more so hinting that not that he doesn't deserve, but that he's not ready for the fight. I should say that. Let me not say they didn't say he deserved it. They did question his resume, but they were more so leaning towards, I think, from what I gather, that they were saying that he wasn't ready for it necessarily because of his resume. So
ain't gonna be ready. Never gonna be
not ready. Like, I don't know what you mean. Right, you never gonna be ready. Yeah, it's like for a kid, you never ready to a kid.
That's why they on TV, and that's why them boys in the ring, because he ain't never gonna be ready till he fight him.
All right, you never, you know what I'm saying? You be more prepared than others. Right.
Nobody.
You can be more.
You have to do it.
Right, you can be more prepared than others in other situations, but it's like having a kid, bro. You're not gonna be prepared. You're not gonna be ready, but you be more prepared than others. And O'Reilly said, I didn't know this was Charlo's first match of the hand injury too. Yeah, man. He said the Charlo bros been waiting for this moment, like y'all said. Yeah, they've been waiting for it, man. They've been waiting for it. And speaking of that, man, we gonna talk about it. So we're going to go right into the predictions for the fight, man. I know we kind of already prematurely gave our predictions. This is the next segment. We're going to switch it up. You going to switch up switch to the top piece? Well, it's interesting. Before we get to the predictions, man, I want to talk about Freddie Roach, man. Let's get right, man. Another Heat gang. You know what it is, man. Florida heavy in this thing. Sunshine State, baby. But another Heat gang. Another thing, what I thought was interesting, man. Freddie Roach, man, and the boxing trainer extraordinaire, man. You know, he trained the likes of Pacquiao, some other greats like that. He's a great Hall of Famer, former boxer himself, and you know, had many wars in the ring and from the corner of the ring coaching as well. He said, man, he has Charlo. That shit shocked the hell out of me, bro. He said he has Charlo. Too, he said he has Charlo due to Charlo's left hook, and he does not believe that Canelo is going to be able to avoid that devastating left hook. I was like, wow, that's I think that's predicated a lot off his past fights, of his most recent fights, that being Canelo. And shout out to Unruly, because Canelo did say that this is one of the best camps that he's ever said, which of course part of that is what you're always gonna say. You know what I'm saying? This is your best camp that you've had. But Canelo did say that, and I do think Canelo looks good and Charlo's good, but they're professionals, so of course they're gonna look good. But I disagree with Freddie Roach, man. I think I'm not gonna lie, I'll be honest. I like Canelo. I like Canelo more than I like Charlo. You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for Canelo. So well, I would like to see Charlo win. I like Canelo because I've been following Canelo more. Canelo's one of my favorite fighters. But I think it would be better for boxing and more interesting if Charlo wins, man. So I would like him to win, but I don't think it's gonna happen, man. I think Who is Canelo? Granted, like you said, it's matchups. You know, like what Terrence Crawford did to Errol Spence. You know, he demolished that boy. But so it's matchups. But I just don't see any aspect of which I could pick Canelo. You know, I mean, that will surprise Canelo from Charlo, or like catch him off guard. It just got to be Charlo. Got to be Charlo. You know, he got to be Charlo. He got to be his own person to be different. But on paper, he's not stronger than Kovalev. He's not stronger than Bivol, even though he lost to Bivol. But you know, he ain't getting knocked out. And that was a bigger guy. Clearly, it was like heavyweight. You know, he ain't. I don't think Charlo's stronger than Kovalev. I don't think he's more. I don't think his jab is more potent than Golovkin's. I don't think, you know what I'm saying, I don't think he moves as good as Floyd, which again he lost to Floyd, but he has that experience, is what I'm saying. Like, Canelo has seen it all, man. Canelo's seen it all, bro. So, you know, he hasn't seen Charlo specifically, but he's seen somebody that has the tools that Charlo has and the skill set that Charlo has, and probably better than what Charlo has, and he's conquered him. So I just don't see it. But yeah, I just, what you think, man? I'd love to hear your
man. I don't know if, to me, I'm a huge fan of Cinnamon. You know what I'm saying? I love him.
Cinnamon.
I think the only person clearly that ever really beat him was
Floyd. Facts.
I know Bivol. I just think Bivol was just too big. He
was just too big. He was too big.
And that's kind of like what fighters like Canelo, that's really their only challenge to me sometimes. And I don't know. That's my thing when you look at the only thing that I can see that Charlo has over him is when I seen them motherfuckers stand next to each other. I was like, boy, that boy big. Yeah. I did not know he was that
I didn't know he was that much bigger than him, bro. He a good 3 inches taller. He looked like he just, you know, his arms are bigger, longer and bigger to me.
His core looked bigger, so he just looked like a bigger dude.
Right.
So that's what I believe. That's the unknown to me in this fight. Can he take what Canelo gonna dish out? Because just like Bivol, if you can walk through that shit, I don't care how technical you are. You gonna have to deal with these hands if I can walk through what you got.
Exactly.
And I think that's his only chance, because I don't see no skills that's going. You know, he ain't finna sit down outbox Canelo.
Canelo, not at all.
So, but my thought is, like, you say it's better for boxing than Charlo.
My bad. Cloudy Magic in the chat said pause. But yep, that's crazy, bro. Go ahead. I don't know, bro. Don't even worry about it, bro.
Hey, don't slip me.
Hey, Cloudy, don't be wrong. I'll say that. Cloudy Magic is not wrong. So I'm sure he caught something. I don't know what it was, but he caught it.
About to go viral. But listen, his only chance is being the bigger dude. So I don't see no skills. He may have better defense than I think, which a lot of that to me, I believe, is, you know, being able to muffle punches, I guess you could say. Not necessarily dodge them, but you take them at the right angles.
Right.
That's a big part of boxing.
Yeah, that's probably a pause right there too. You know what I'm saying? Taking it at different angles, at the right angle. Yeah, but go ahead.
Here you go, man. Y'all boys.
I'm gonna go ahead, bro. I'm just saying, you know, that's what the chat gonna get you for, bro. That's probably what he's talking about right there, bro.
Hey, I'm finna go ahead, man. Listen. Blame it on this.
There you go, boy. That's crazy, O'Reilly.
Nah, but seriously though, I think I got Canelo. I got Canelo in the fight. Well. I don't think one punch from any fighter can beat him.
I agree.
I just don't. Even Bivol, I just think, like you say, he won by decision. He just was a bigger dude. It ain't like he knocked him out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right, and that's. I mean, I don't know, man. My bad. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize. My fault.
No, you good. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I know it's an L on your record officially. To me, that's a dub. If you move up to light heavyweight and you don't get knocked out, that's a dub, bro. I'm sorry. Like, like I really watch boxing, bro. The nigga didn't get knocked out, bro. Canelo went up to light heavyweight, coming from as low as 154, bro. Or 150, bro. Light heavyweight is 175. He went up to light heavyweight and did not get knocked out. That's a dub in my eyes.
Yeah.
So
that's what I said. His only real loss was before.
I agree.
He lost to B-ball. I think he made it through, but that's what you had to get through.
Yeah. That's a dub in my eyes.
Sometimes you step in there with somebody. I mean, same thing with a street fight. You might get in there with a dude, but he might be 20, 30 pounds heavy. You got to get through this one, my boy.
Right. So,
you feel me?
Yeah.
You better make it to the other side.
I agree. Yeah. So to add more specificity to it, because I do think that general consensus, I think the smart money is on Canelo, of course, according to Vegas as well. So I'm going to add around. I do think that Canelo wins by stoppage. and because I don't think it's too shocking to say that Canelo wins. So I'm gonna try to go a little further. I say I got Canelo in 7, man. I think it's gonna be a stoppage. Yeah, in 7, I think it's gonna be a stoppage. I think he's gonna walk him down and, like you said, get in the inside. You know, and yeah, I think it's just gonna be. You know, I feel like, and no disrespect to, I mean, I don't think it's disrespectful, but maybe I think Charlo's a higher caliber fighter than James Kirkland. But I feel like they have a lot of similar game plans, similar styles. They try to walk you down and out muscle you. But Kirkland's just, you know, James Kirkland, he was a little more, what's the word? He was inconsistent. You know, sometimes it seems like you could tell when he would come to the ring and not really be as prepared or maybe locked in or focused. You know what I'm saying? Ann Wolf, you know, shout out to her, legendary boxer herself and coach. She seemed to keep him on the right track. But yeah, I think that's what Charlo kind of reminds me of as far as the game plan goes. Like, they try to outmuscle you, and I just don't see that happening against Canelo. And if you remember when Kirkland and Canelo fought, Kirkland tried that, and he was looking good at first, but you know, once Canelo got on the inside, you know, it was a battle of durability, battle of pressure, and who could apply that pressure at the proper places. And I think Canelo is going to do the same thing. I think it's going to look similar to the Kirkland fight. I think Canelo's going to win in 7.
Okay, yeah, I would say I think Charlo's a little more fluid than Kirkland was. Kirkland to me was
I agree.
He was a little too tankish for me.
Too tanky, yeah, I agree. He took a lot of punishment.
Too stiff for me. I
agree.
Charlo, you know, he a little more agile. He
I agree.
A little more loose in his limbs. You know what I mean?
That's a good
punches
point.
Come a little smoother. So I give him that.
That's a good point. Remember Alfredo Angulo? I don't know. It just if Alfredo Angulo, man. Shout out to Alfredo Angulo, man.
Okay. One time for Alfredo.
Yeah. Go ahead, my bad. I don't know. I just reminded
you. You good.
You say a little more stiff.
I think he a little more fluid than Kirkland. So
I agree.
Damn, it's kind of hard for me to pick around. Actually, I think if Charlo is who I think he is, I think the fight actually gonna go the distance.
Ooh, okay.
I think he's gonna be beat. I think it's gonna be unanimous decision.
Okay.
I think he'll go the distance.
That'd be good.
I think it's gonna be good. That's what I believe is the best thing for boxing. I know you said you think Charlo winning would be the best thing for boxing. I think that would make a new kind of big dog.
Yeah, like passing the torch or the mantle type shit.
I don't know if his skill's ready to be a big dog yet. I think him having a really, really good showing against Canelo will still keep Canelo at that top rank, because I think Canelo should be. I think his skills demand that. If he is who I think he is, he still will be one of the top pound for pound, which will keep him able to move up, and find the right challenge, kick ass.
Right.
And it'll put Charlo in the play. I think a loss could still elevate him. You know what I mean?
Agree. Especially a decision. I agree. Unless that UD is like you know what I'm saying, like he was just getting beat up, and you know what I'm saying, like but yeah, a decision I think is not a win for Charlo, for him personally,
not a win,
but yeah, I don't think it hurts, like, you know what I'm saying, promotionally, right? I agree. I agree with you.
On the rungs of fighting, like,
I agree.
Really see what you got.
I agree. Yeah, and Unruly said I got Canelo in the championship rounds. Cloudy Magic said it'll be on a counter hook. He said just a hunch. He got him in the 3rd. Okay. That's what's up, man. He said, who you got in the 3rd? My bad. He got Canelo in the 3rd
round.
3rd. He said early, boy. So I think Charlo, like it's so funny, because I remember when James Kirkland, speaking of Kirkland, I remember what he said when he was fighting Canelo. He's like, man, he said, I'm not even gonna brush my teeth. I'm gonna be on him, so that's how I want to. He gonna smell my breath stank. It was just funny because I was just thinking about that, man. When he got knocked out, bro, I was like, damn, boy, that breath wasn't stank enough, boy. Canelo put that stank on you, boy. That stank on you. Shout out to Outkast. That stank on you. What up, Rio in the chat? But yeah, I agree with you though, man. I think that, like I said too, I think Charlo is better than Kirkland, so I don't want to disrespect him, and not disrespect Kirkland either. But I think Charlo and them are more focused and a little bit a higher caliber than James Kirkland. But I think it's going to go in a similar fashion. But I do agree with that testament that you said. I agree with that sentiment that you said about it not being necessarily too bad for Charlo, as long as he has a good showing. And then I think also it builds more drama to, you know, if his brother comes back, you know, gets himself together mentally, physically.
Yeah, exactly.
It gives a story like he could avenge his brother, like on some Klitschko style. Remember when who beat Vladimir Klitschko when Vitaly came back and avenged him? I can't remember.
Vitaly came and gave him that work.
Who was it, bro? I don't remember anyway. But yeah. So I think that'd be a good little storyline, you know, a good little lore for boxing. And But you know, I can also see it, which I think is a more likely scenario, is that Canelo go run through both of them. But you know, I do think Canelo is that guy, and I disagree with Teddy Atlas about saying that he's one of the most overrated Mexican fighters ever. But I rock with Teddy Atlas too. But I think that was a little disrespect. Yeah. Oh yeah, you know Teddy Atlas said that. Yeah, Teddy Atlas said that, man. Canelo responded. He said, "Fuck that guy. He don't know what he's talking about, man. You listen to him for boxing." And it was funny, Teddy Atlas said that, and I can see like when Teddy Atlas breaks it down, I can understand what he. I don't understand what he's saying. Let me not say that. I can understand the angle.
Let me know.
Yeah, I can. Well. So he's saying that, like, I guess he's saying that Canelo, because you know James Toney also said that too. James Toney also said that Canelo is the most overrated fighter. He said he'll come out retirement right now if the money right and beat up Canelo. So what they're saying that he has a lot of fluff. So basically it's like, you know, he fought Miguel Cotto and people were enamored with that. It was young Canelo, but Miguel Cotto's still smaller. Floyd, like you said, is still smaller. You know, even though he lost, you know, he still, you know, people give him a lot of credit for looking good at being young. And then he moves up against Dimitri Bivol. I guess they're holding that against him, saying that he should have beat him, and that you know, he takes a lot of risks to mask that he's not really that good. I guess I don't really I kind of feel like they're saying like he's not that really that talented. I guess like from a talent standpoint, and you know, I guess he has a lot of. I really don't understand. I was like, when they say it, it kind of makes sense. But when I think about it, I'm like, bro, you wildin'. Like, so I don't want to say I understand it, but when they kick it to you, it's like I could kind of see what they're saying. Like, maybe Canelo does. This is what I took from it. That Canelo doesn't have something that's like, oh shit, Canelo is the biggest puncher. Oh shit, Canelo is the slickest boxer. But to me, that's a testament to that he's a well put together fighter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to have the best jump shot to be you can still be LeBron James with the best jump shot. Oh, you don't have to be able to dunk on everybody. You can still be Steph Curry and be a great basketball player. You know what I'm saying? I'm using another sport to you don't have to be the best, have the best anything to be great at everything. You know, it's like Scottie Pippen. What was Scottie Pippen the best at? He was one of the best top 50, you know, top 50 NBA players ever. Was he the best at one thing? What one thing was Scottie Pippen the best at? I can't think of anything. Maybe perimeter defense, maybe, I don't know. But even then, he doesn't have a defensive player of the year. Michael Jordan does. I don't really. Yeah, so I don't really understand what they say.
I disagree with that. You know, that's the same thing. You know,
but I do rock with James Lights Out Tony. That's my guy, man. I love James Lights Out Tony.
You know, I love James Tony.
I love James Tony, but I disagree. I just disagree. But go ahead, say what you were saying. My fault.
I completely disagree.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I disagree. I rock with Saul, man.
And I hate when, I don't mean to say it like this, but I hate it when people who are in the boxing realm make comments like that, because especially like somebody like a James Tony
or Teddy Atlas.
Teddy Atlas.
Yeah, I was shocked.
They know how difficult it is to face so many different types of opponents.
I agree.
So even to say like, oh, he doesn't have one thing or that stands out, this, that, and the third. Yeah, that's what makes him so great, that he's still kicking people's ass when he doesn't have one thing that stands out. Like, that's the point. That's the same thing. That's the same thing I used to say. I don't mean to keep bringing him up, but you know, Floyd like that. Oh, he don't hit hard. Oh, he just You know how hard it is just to beat people. Like, period. And like just to be able to beat people.
Right.
And I don't think he done fought a bunch of damn tomato cans. Like,
right.
Been getting this because he was legit.
Well, I will say this too. So this is what you just remind me of a point. He was like, you know, he said, which I do agree. That draw with Golovkin, I think Golovkin won. But
me too.
Yeah, I know you agree. So that's why I bring that. I remember Teddy Atlas said that. But to me, it's like, okay, they fought 3 times. There's no way that you think he won all 3.
They fought 3 times.
But then he said, well, you know, Golovkin was older and he fought him when he was older.
Man, listen,
I ain't trying to hear that old shit, man. I love Triple G. You know, Triple G was one of my favorite fighters at the point. But it's like that same thing with Floyd. People try to use with Floyd and Pacquiao. You know, he's older. Man, Floyd's older than Pacquiao. It ain't his fault when he decided to fight, you know. But so it's like, granted, people age at different paces. You know what I'm saying? People do age differently. And so, and styles make fights, and some styles are more prone for longevity, and some aren't. However, that's when they fought, man. Like, you don't have to fight them, you know. There's their choice. And Triple G, one like Triple G was barely beating people when Canelo and Triple G fought. You know what I'm saying? Like, Triple G,
I always thought Triple G was a little bit overrated. So.
Oh yeah. Nah, I like Triple G a lot. I just feel like he took too long to get where he was supposed to be at. But yeah, I like Triple G.
I would say that too. That I give him that maybe. He was a little bit older than he should have. You know, he should have got started a little earlier.
That's my only thing with Triple G.
Yeah, but
Gennadovich.
I don't agree with that on Canelo.
Yeah,
Canelo,
I don't get how you can say that about Canelo, because like Canelo should be, as much as we love LeBron, not saying from a philanthropic point of view, but just like, you know, what LeBron is for NBA, I think that's what Canelo is right now for boxing, as far as like his accomplishments and what he's trying to do, you know, going up in weight, always challenging himself. You know, I mean, he beat Caleb Plant, and he beat Caleb Plant convincingly. He has wars with
Canelo,
people.
One of the greats.
I do too. And you know, I think he's one of the greats.
I don't think you can separate him from any Mexican boxer,
especially not. Yeah, especially
stand out, just stand in the middle of the ring brawls, but he don't fight like that. And I'm not.
Right.
I've never been the type to be like, oh, if you ain't no brawler, stand in the middle of the ring, knock each other out. That's not boxing, bro. I mean, that can be your style, but that doesn't define boxing at all. Not even a little bit. And people who in boxing, I think they should be smarter than that.
Right.
James Tony got his ass kicked by some boxers too. So I ain't, I love him.
Right.
He got his ass whooped.
Yeah, he did. And shout out to Unruly said he said that he thinks the trilogy was enough, and that he also believes that Canelo is he said shout out to Lights Out Tony. He said that Canelo looks like a champion. Yeah, that's how he always felt a champion. Canelo was a champion. Yeah, always watch his matches. And Cloudy said he mentioned not even Oscar. Well, they did. To be fair, Canelo, they asked him his top 5 Mexican fighters, and to be fair, Oscar, you know, Oscar is Mexican, but they consider Mexican American. So when they think of Mexican fighters, Oscar is taken out of that. Come on, man. Yeah, they don't really consider Oscar, you know, because he's Mexican American. So, but if you talk about and Canelo didn't even name himself when he named his top 5. So shout out to Canelo for that. Very humble. You know what I'm saying? He named Julio Cesar Chavez and some other cats. Yeah. So I would have him in my top 5, you know, if I was naming Mexican fighter. Shit, I might have Canelo in my top 5 boxers, period, regardless of region.
Boxers all the time.
Yeah, all the time. So I think, Canelo a beast, man. So now they're trying to insinuate that those smoke and mirrors. I just humbly disagree. Go check out the YouTube. Consider being a YouTube member, because I'm going to be dropping the full episode, but it's only going to be accessible to YouTube members and those that are on the Patreon. So you can check in the video in the description of the video. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, think about subscribing, help your boy out, man. Show your boy some love. You appreciate the episodes and stuff like that. Also hit us up on the email engineearstothestreetz@gmail.com with all your comments, and we'll definitely address those in the next episode. I'll be happy to, man. All your critiques, things that you agree with, things that you disagree with. Yeah. So from the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze, but we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.